Welcome to Your Food Looks Funny. I am Marcus T, and today we're talking pizza.
I'm not eating that.
All right, so today we're here with a special guest. One of my boys is here. He lives in the area. We met down in Atlanta, but before that, I'm going to make sure that I tell you to follow the show wherever you're listening to this. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you at, I'm there. Hit the follow or subscribe button there. Follow our social medias, YFLF Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Also, check out the recipes on the show and donate on yourfoodlooksfunny.com. All right, so like I said, we got another special guest here, my boy Mike. Mike, say hello to everybody.
What up, dude?
All right.
What's going on with you, man?
Not much. We're about to talk some pizza. Mike is from Detroit. Let him know about your pizza, Mike.
Oh, man. Detroit. So it's funny because I think I was going to order some pizza for the fam today and probably get one of those Pizza Hut Detroit style pizzas again. So it's all about the crust for me.
You said again. So I saw this advertised the other day. So you've had one already?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so I don't remember the last time I've had Pizza Hut. And how was it? Let me ask you that first.
It was pretty decent. I think it probably would have been better, like fresh to the table.
Mm-hmm.
But the delivery did take a little bit longer than expected. But overall, I mean, the crust, like I'm a crust guy, and I can't really do the thin crust. I won't eat it if it's thin. So the crust was perfect, had the right amount of sauce, and pretty good to me.
Okay. So in comparison to some other franchises that do a Detroit style, like a Little Caesars or a Jets, how are we talking? Where's my rating?
I give it a 6, 7. Just because Jets, when it comes to Detroit style Jets, they have it. They perfect it. Even locally, like Bob's Pizza, it's in like my hood, where I'm from. Little local pizza 5 blocks away from the house. I mean, you can get the little dollar slices from them, and it was just A1. Like you get out of school, you run up to Bob's Palace, get you a couple slices, perfect.
All right, we made reference to Jets Pizza there. It's a chain, and I had never heard of it until he mentioned it when we moved down in Atlanta. If you've never heard of Jets Pizza and you look it up and you have one locally, make sure you give them a try, especially if you like Detroit style. I love it, and I could probably OD on it. So you got
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I was shocked when I moved to Atlanta. Like I moved a lot, and I was in Atlanta. I was just looking at pizza, Google. I said Jets. I said, oh heck no, they ain't got no Jets over here. so I like clicked on the link. Like I'll be doggone Jets Pizza. Boom, sign me up right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if you mentioned it to me, but our apartment complex like gave it out as a freebie one day. They had like a stack of 25 in the leasing office, and they were like, yeah, come get your free pizza. So when I got there, I saw a bunch of these green boxes, and it was Jets. I was like, okay, well, let me take one. It was like, oh, grab a couple. I mean, full-size pizzas. They was giving out full-size pepperoni, Detroit-style deep dish pizzas, and them things was banging. I almost went back. When I went back, they was all gone. I was like, well, I'm glad I got here early.
Yeah, I would have took 2 or 3 and dare somebody to say something to me. Straight bully mode. Believe it or not, what is it? Pizza Poplix. When I lived in North Carolina, they had a Detroit style. That joint was banging too. For real. They no longer carry it, but it was amazing as well.
Was it a chain or was it just like a solo place?
I'm sorry, I said Pizza Poplix. That's another pizza joint in Detroit. But what's the one that Shaq franchise with?
Papa John's?
Them. They had a deep dish Detroit style square.
Did they?
And it was good.
Wow. I'm sure they're going to bring it back now that Pizza Hut got one.
I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was just one of those things that they was just running with. I mean, this was a long time ago, probably like 6, 7 years ago.
I mean, Detroit style pizza is a trendy thing now, though. Like you see DiGiorno making them in the frozen food section. Pizza Hut, when Pizza Hut get anything, people are gonna steal it.
Yeah, I mean, we all know it's always a money grab out there somewhere. If something's hot, it's always good to jump on while it's hot and then jump off.
I almost had one of those jump back on my couch moments when I saw Papa John's had a stuffed crust pizza. I'm like, what are y'all doing with a stuffed crust pizza? It's been one place making stuffed crust pizza basically for my entire life, and that's Pizza Hut. Now y'all suddenly want to get one?
Right. That's facts there.
Speaking of Papa John's, did you see the news about, I know this ain't directly pizza related, but it's Pizza Guy related. So Papa John came out and had a statement on some kind of interview talking about it took him 20 months and he's working on getting the N word out of his vocabulary.
I could believe it.
20 months, man.
Like, I could believe it. Like, I mean, like, you'd be surprised what happened. These back doors, you know what I'm saying, behind closed doors. Like, I could just imagine. And I'm sure it just rolled off the tongues just so freely.
Exactly.
You know, like when you say the N word, you know, and it's a habit, it rolls. It rolls for real. Like, it's like shooting the dice. Like,
yeah, when I saw this, I was like, 20 months, huh? I was like, it was hardly ingrained in your vocabulary if you still working on it after a year and a half.
Like, I would have loved to hear that interview, though.
Yeah, I'll see if I can send you a video after we get off of this, because it's he looked like one of those crooked politicians who was trying to, explain away why they need to be, back in office. Like, no, it's okay. You can stay away.
That's like the little Boondocks episode with the teacher with the N word. You ever seen that joint?
With the teacher?
Yeah, I think the Boondocks did a spinoff. It was like a real deal where the teacher called the student the N word, and then the teacher's like, "What? They always saying it."
Oh yeah. I remember.
And let me borrow a fry.
Right?
You know
Yeah, that's
saying?
what it was. That's what. Yeah, Riley with the fries. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, like, how do you borrow a fry? Like,
yes.
Yeah, it was. Hey, that joint is like that.
Yes.
It come out easy.
Yeah. This guy. And that was one of those conversations I was having with my wife about, she's building her business just like we both are, and trying to separate your business from yourself. So you are you, but your business should be a separate thing. Your business shouldn't have to have you with it in order to run. And that's the level that he's gotten to. But along with that, now that he's had so much controversy behind him, basically his own board just forced him to step away. And then Shaq takes over their branding, and now they pizza's booming again.
I mean, but sometimes that sells.
Yeah.
We all know controversy sells. So that might have been his whole gimmick, all along, and it worked for him, So, I mean, like, if you find something, even though it might be bad or wrong, it works, it sells, and you really separated your feelings versus business. I could see it happening. It happens all the time.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's the same way when people feel certain ways about certain musicians, like the R. Kellys, the Kanyes, but they continue to listen to their music. Like, it's separating the person from the actual music itself. But like, it just all depends on how you're taking it. And Papa John is like, if you're that offended by it, I mean, you can just stop eating his pizza.
Right.
That is for sure. Because if he hit one of these better ingredients, better pizzas, and then drop an N-word right after it, you're going to be like, do I really want to spend $20 after he said that?
Right.
Yeah. On a lighter note, let's move to some different franchises. So I know we're both into buying stocks and equities and stuff. What I didn't realize, first of all, Pizza Hut is owned by like a collective group, right? Like the same people. Right. Okay. But Domino's is a single thing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they was worth so much.
Yeah, I got them. Yeah, I had to get money in them because I was looking at them for a while, and I think they do some work with schools and stuff.
Okay.
And I think that's the reason why they might be so popular. Once you get into the schools and the schools have them often, then it's like second nature for them to. That's what they want.
Okay.
So I think they find their little niche being in the schools, and then it just worked for them. Like my house is a division. Like my wife and the kids, they like Domino's, but it was big in their country. You know, me, I prefer Pizza Hut. I grew up on Pizza Hut all my life. So it forced me to get stock in both, you know, because, sometimes I had to, make the ladies happy, in the household. But then I also want to get what I really like as well. Like I could eat Domino's pizza, but I hate their wings.
I don't like most pizza places' wings. How would you, if we were to put them in order, so Pizza Hut, Papa John's, and Domino's, how would you put them in order?
Definitely Pizza Hut first. For me, like soon as I place the order online, I automatically call, and then as soon as they answer the phone, I say, "Hey, this Mike. Oh yeah, we got your wings. We know you want them crispy. This, that, and the third." Like, no, man. Like, I'm not paying for something that to your liking. If I'm paying for something, if I want it crispy, I want it crispy. Don't matter how long you got to put them back in the fryer or the oven.
Right.
But yeah, definitely Pizza Hut. Maybe Domino's next. I never had Papa John's wings, so definitely Pizza Hut. I mean, they have the they call it chicken spot, chicken street, whatever they call it.
Oh yeah, Wing Street. Wing Street.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely them.
Yeah, I haven't had, like I said, I haven't had Pizza Hut in a long time. Somebody might have had it at like a small gathering or something just off to the side, and I might have had a slice, but just ordering it, nah. But Papa John's is regular around here. Their wings, I don't like that. They put the wings through the oven or whatever,
Yeah.
the pizza oven. They just never come out right. But they do have this one flavor. It's like a garlic parmesan or something that's really good. But that's really good in terms of a pizza wing place, I guess, not Wingstop or something like that.
See, I think what Pizza Hut problem was, even back home in Detroit, they really don't deliver a lot.
Okay.
So for them delivering, it's a little bit tougher. Even though the Pizza Hut near me is a few miles away, but they still deliver to our area. So, and I think that's their biggest problem. They don't deliver everywhere, so it makes it hard for people to really to get.
Uh, Pizza. Okay, let's talk delivery. So delivery versus actually going to carry out stuff. So essentially, it's still traveling the same distance minus whatever few stops that the delivery person has to go. But on these routes, I feel like the people that deliver to our building also get lost in transition, just trying to make it up to our apartment, which delays the process even more. And it makes it super frustrating because I want my pizza with the still like the commercial string effect when you pull it up and the
Right.
cheese do, and that don't happen when you waiting on an hour delivery,
Right.
which is some of the worst. So not only did I just pay you extra to deliver it, it's like work. I mean, it's like ordering hotel food. You paying for them to walk it up to your room.
Right. I mean, we just in a lifestyle of convenience now, you know. Back home, and I keep reference back home to Detroit because that's Pizza Hut is real big back home, and you couldn't really get delivery in the city, only in the suburbs. So you had no other choice but to go pick it up.
Okay.
It's just more convenient now. Either having it delivered immediately or scheduling it later. It's just the convenience. Plus now with the pandemic, it's even more better, so you kind of know what you're gonna get when you get a delivery versus going to pick it up.
So let me tell you a funny story about that, and I'm glad we got the camera on. I'm hoping I can post these videos, but you know my faces.
Right.
So ordered delivery. We ordered delivery one time, right? And they tell you they have this contactless delivery now.
Right.
So the guy's supposed to come up to our apartment, drop the pizza off on the doormat, take a step back, and let me pick it up and walk away, right? So he knocks on the door. I'm expecting the pizza to be on the mat. He's standing there with his mask down on his chin, looking at me with the pizza in his hand, and I just look at him.
Yeah. I've seen that look.
Right. I'm like, I'm just like, I don't even want to have to say, "Are you gonna put it down?" And he was just looking at me. He's like, "Is this the right apartment?" I was like, "That yeah, that's my pizza." I was like, "I thought the thing said contactless." He's like, "Oh." It's one of
But
those.
see,
Go ahead.
it's funny because I guess I'm the opposite. First time I had the contactless, like that joint was on the floor, on the mat. So I'm like, no, you can't find no better way, just sitting it right on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like, dog, you just put my joint on the floor. Like, what's up with that? Like, but for you, you would rather it be on the floor, so it's like to each his own.
Right.
It's like which way. Like for me, I look at it as like this N-word don't put my joint on the floor. So I don't know. The first time I seen it, man, I called Pizza Hut right back. I said, man, they had my joint on the floor, man, on the ground. What's up with that? Well, I said, man, you couldn't put it in a plastic bag, the box right there on the floor. I said, you keep it PG.
Yeah, I had one of them Tony Stark moments. I don't like people handing me things. Just sit that there, please. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I think it needs to be a little better way. Like I like just putting the box on the ground.
It's in a box, man. Stop being bougie.
Come on, cuz. I mean, like point taken. It's in the box. Stop being bougie. He not touching your pizza, man. Come on, man. You can't pick and choose.
Hey,
man.
but he touched the box though. I don't want an accidental hand touch in the middle of the pizza handoff.
He touched the box no matter if he put it on the ground or not.
Hey,
Still,
but again,
he gotta take it out the little warmer joint.
I'm avoiding direct contact, and he's keeping a 6-foot distance away.
This is every time me and Marcus talk, we always have some type of debate back and forth that don't even be necessary, man. He always want to win, man. You're right. You're right. Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're right.
You just got to make them submit sometimes. Let's talk toppings. So,
Okay.
what's your favorite kind of topping combinations for your pizza?
Either I'm a supreme or just give me all the meats: pepperoni, Italian sausages, ham, bacon, ground beef. You name it.
I got you.
Like the onions, the peppers, the mushrooms, black olives. I'm fine with it.
I was with you until you said something about mushrooms and olives.
I'm not eating that.
I can't do it. I've talked about this before on the show. I'm traumatized from my brother used to order. Did y'all have East of Chicago pizza up there?
Yeah, that's Pizza Popular. We got Chicago style.
Okay, so we had this place called East of Chicago pizza, and my brother used to order it, and he would always get mushrooms on it. And if mushrooms were on it, even if you picked it off, you still know they were there. I don't even know if it was the taste or it was just that the fact that I had to pick them off. I didn't want it anymore. It was like I had to be in desperation mode in order to eat this pizza.
This guy sound like I'm a vegetarian, but I take a pepperoni pizza and I'm gonna pick off the pepperoni. That's what you sound like.
No,
right
I didn't say I was vegetarian.
But I'm just saying that's the same scenario.
No, it's not.
I've seen vegetarians say, I'm a vegetarian, but I'm going to take this pepperoni pizza and I'm going to take off the pepperoni with all that oil from the pepper.
Look, man, don't equate me to those troublesome hotel diners that you be dealing with, okay? This is not the same. This is a 10-year-old who's traumatized by his older brother putting mushrooms on the pizza, even though he knows he don't like them and I got to eat somehow. I wasn't cooking for myself at this point. So you're my only source of food when mom ain't in the house.
Gotcha.
This is where we at with this. So between that and again, he didn't cook that much. Now I do the cooking for him. He didn't cook for me back then unless it was baked chicken and Velveeta. And
Velveeta.
Yeah, man, them Velveeta rotini with cheese and the broccoli, man, them things were hidden. But the mushroom pizza, nah. Let's go ahead and take a trip to Lee's Chicken so I can get this right. But yeah, I'm with you on the all meats. I feel like it's hard to mess up an all meat pizza. I've seen people put too many meats on a pizza before. Like 5 is about my limit. I'm normally good at 3 or 4 because I feel like I'm doing my heart a disservice by eating any more than 4.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that. The more toppings you put on there, that the soggy the crust gonna get.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. You ever let's talk some not so familiar chains, but people should be familiar with them anyway.
Okay.
So here in DC, actually I think it's up and down the East Coast. There's this place called Paisanos. You had them before?
Nah, never have.
Okay, so up and down the East Coast, I think they're going up as far as like Boston, but they down here in DC all over the place. Paisanos is pretty good. It's the closest thing that reminds me of like a Sandusky type pizza, which is more of like a. I didn't realize there was a such thing as a St. Louis style pizza, but apparently it is. They use some kind of special cheese or something, but the crust is thinner, which you say you don't like, but it's a thinner type crust, but it folds really good. It's not like Brooklyn style, but it's really good. And this other place called We the Pizza, which is obviously like a DC law kind of thing. They're good. And they make this butcher block all meat pizza with like these artisan meats, not like high end artisan, but like a nice slice of bacon, not them little bits that the people be giving you. They always jip you on the bacon at like Papa John's or Pizza Hut. Like, where's the bacon?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely they do.
Yeah. So I feel like that's one of the most disgraced toppings on a pizza is bacon. Like, I want to see the bacon. Don't just chop it up and throw it on there.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the most part with those, they probably be skimping just because of not burning, because it's already cooked.
Right.
So, question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like your cheese on top or the toppings on top?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think it depends on the crust. It depends on the crust. So like you said, the crust makes or breaks the pizza for you. I think the crust makes or breaks the pizza for me. So if it's Detroit style, I normally like the toppings on top. Mm-hmm. But if it's a thinner crust, I want the cheese on top. That way they're all kind of glued together. Because normally like they'll slide off of the crust anyway on those thinner crusts. So I want it to be attached to the cheese. I don't want stuff flying off everywhere.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good question, though.
Yeah, that's what's up. Like, I think I could be like either way, depending on the scenario.
How are you on like a sauce to crust ratio? How much sauce is too much?
For me, the sauce, like, I don't like the pizza oozing with sauce. I want to be able to enjoy the flavor from the crust, the ingredients, the cheese. I think is very important as well. Like over sauce for me is a no. I think if I know a restaurant is like real heavy on the sauce, I would normally say light sauce.
Okay. When's the last time you've made a pizza?
Scratch from dough and all, or just?
We're not gonna get that intricate. Just in general.
Shoot, probably like a few days ago. Like we make those pretty often, work and stuff. So
yeah, whenever I make pizza, once I put the crust down, normally my ratio for the sauce is I want the sauce to cover, but I still want to be able to see through it. It's like you looking through somebody's scalp with thinning hair. Like that's what I want to see right there.
And I don't want it all the way on the edge either.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it on the crust. Like right there at the edge. Nah, leave me a little gap.
Yeah, you need a little grip area.
Yeah.
Nice little clean grip area.
Look, cuff.
And I know you're familiar with Hungry Howie's too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so how are you on flavored crust?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think they probably the staple when it comes to flavored crust. Probably like the first that I've ever seen. Cause like now Pizza Hut, they do the flavored crust, but Hungry Howie's been doing them ever since I can remember.
Oh yeah.
Jets, they do it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm fine with it. Normally I garlic butter, a little Parmesan. That's normally what I go to.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that butter cheese crust. I used to kill that back in college.
Yeah. Hungry Howie's, they was over there where you was at?
Yeah, it was one right around the corner from my dorm room when I was in college. Okay. The one year.
I mean, I like sometimes, man, when you move around like I have, like you surprised when you hear people say stuff like where you're from, like Hungry Howie's, because it's pretty much local. Little Caesar, I mean, it's a local Detroit thing, but you will see Little Caesars here and there.
Little
I
Caesars
think it's
everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more so because of the price point.
Of
I
course.
mean, that was every kid's birthday get up. Little Caesar pizza. Every kid had Little Caesars at their little birthday party.
Mm.
So I think for that point it was more marketable for them. Um but when you just hear like other pizza chains, well, people say anything about a pizza chain that's local to you, you like, hey, for real, you up on that? You know about them? So it's normally shocking.
Well, I know you from the city. I'm from a small city. So anything that we have, I know everybody else got, except for like the places that are owned by people we know. So if somebody we know owns it, it wasn't a chain. So like we have great pizza, and I attribute it. Somebody made a great point about our city is that we're such a tourist attraction, having Cedar Point and Kalahari, that we get every little restaurant just because they want them for the summer when people go to those amusement parks.
Right.
But I'm like, I think they're getting a Raising Canes there this year. I'm like, what do you need a Raising Canes for in Sandusky?
Yeah. Cedar Point was that joint. We used to hit them joints up all the time.
I'm like, those local pizza places should be making a killing when Cedar Point and stuff is open, because Papa John's and all them, if you just want what you're used to, I get it. When you travel, sometimes you just look for the familiar name.
Right.
But that's one of those things I would promote so hard in those hotels is like, nah, you don't want Papa John's or Pizza Hut. You want Pizza House or you want Pizza Brothers, like something. And they all 5 minutes away. 'Cause you know how small the city is anyway.
I mean, most of them, like especially hotels, are starting to do like the ghost kitchens
Mm.
that have like some type of pizzeria, but it's actually being done from the hotel's kitchen. So I mean, the hotel is starting to grasp on that concept, just having ghost kitchens, things of that nature.
Let's talk about that for a second too. So this restaurant that I like over here in Alexandria, it's called Hens Quarter. So they're like a southern restaurant. I think the chef there is from Georgia, but we just went there for this weekend for my birthday. I had chicken and waffles. So the waffle was a corn, cheddar, and chive waffle. So
Hmm.
fantastic. But the bottom of the restaurant, so it was a 2-story restaurant. They just changed it to now it's like a separate chicken sandwich place now.
Hmm.
So it looks completely different. They painted it different. You actually have to go through it to get to Hen's Quarter upstairs. But like their menus are kind of merged, but they're marketed differently. So it's just marketed more towards being a chicken sandwich place, which is like the new big thing now, versus being a sit down Southern restaurant.
Right.
And I like it. I mean, they come out with a different sandwich every month to kind of promote, and they just have a couple items on the menu, and it's just like you come in and pick it up and leave. You don't sit there and eat it.
Right.
But I was
And
that.
I mean, that concept is just growing fast. I mean, especially now, where restaurants are losing capacities and, everybody feel a lot safer just having delivery. So the concept, it works. Having a ghost kitchen, coming out the same kitchen, you're not really spending more on labor. You just bringing in, you already got the food there. You just doing a little twist on to have some type of separation and increasing your volume and your revenue. So I mean, it's great concept.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, we're doing it. So
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's COVID friendly. That's for sure. Like you said,
definitely.
with the restaurants not being able to have full capacity, just like you said, being able to just create something different that people will come and get, and you can get that volume right back, and you don't have to worry about a lot of the service.
Yeah, I think the full capacity is getting ready to turn back up, though. I think I've read. I didn't click the link where it says over here in Baltimore. I think they're getting ready to go full throttle with full capacity with restaurants, gyms, and things of that nature. And I think 50% capacity for like sports venue or something like that.
Okay.
So it's coming. It's moving like very fast. And I knew once Texas just look, we done with it. We going 100% full capacity, no mask. Like all it takes is just one person to do it, and then it's like a domino effect. So you got Texas, Florida, Louisiana. So eventually, you know, you're gonna start seeing more states opening up a little bit more than what it used to be.
Yeah, we hitting that this time last year, we were going into lockdown. So this year,
Right.
a little bit more prepared. Got some vaccines rolling out. Weather's getting a little warm. It's that sketchy warm right now. It's like 75
Right.
degrees in the middle of March. It'll probably be snowing in 2 weeks.
Yeah. See, if you from the Midwest and the North, you know about this type of weather.
Right.
Hey, you still wearing your skull cap and all because hey, look, this joint is tricky out here for
Right.
real.
See a couple people out in shorts, you'd be like, "Hey, brother, prepare yourself."
Hey, yeah, you tripping.
Right. Yeah, I'm waiting. It was like that. I mean, they tricked me when I moved down to Georgia, right? So I moved down to Georgia, and March 1st it snowed. I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" It was like a setup. It's like
I don't think when I lived in Georgia, I don't think I really seen if it was snow, it was a dusting.
any snow in Georgia is unnecessary. When I went down there for Christmas the year before, it was 70 degrees in December, and then in March it's gonna snow. This is disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean, I miss Georgia. My wife don't, but
Well, you know how that goes.
yeah,
I'm pretty much in the same boat around here.
right.
All right. So you got anything else for the people? We've talked around pizza. I'm sure there's a lot more to talk about pizza, but people can add their input on the show, on the pages and such.
I mean, like, what crust do you like? I mean, are you thin, thick? You
Uh,
know,
I'm like a standard guy. Unless it's Sandusky thin pizza up there, I want it to be more like the Papa John's crust. So that's about my thickness. About an inch and a half. But I do love Detroit style though. But I have to have it in moderation, or I'll OD on it.
wonder what their franchise fee is.
For who?
Jets. They didn't that. I was about to say a bad word, but they for sure could use one out here.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, I really think that Jets would do real good out here, because there's no market like that over here. There's no competitors, uh, just your typical chains.
Yep.
Like, just the concept. I mean, we talking about A1 pizza. I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how much this area, the DMV area, is missing certain restaurants. You would think they would have, mostly anything that's east of the Mississippi at least.
Right.
So I'm very surprised. No Jets, no Zaxby's, no like Raising Cane's in this area, nothing like that. I'm very surprised.
Yeah. I mean, you find more local stuff
Yeah.
in this area than you would at least back home. There are several local spots, but for the most part, it's more chain. Like everybody back home love to go out to chain restaurants.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like it's hard to get to a Chick-fil-A around here.
Dog. Man, these cats. Man, I don't know if it's the whole parking, the little drive-through structure, but like they need to do something because they just be having streets all jacked up for real.
Y'all got like a
Like,
single drive-through near y'all or something?
no, it's a double, but the way this one is like it's in a busy area. Sam's Club, Safeway. It's actually sit in the same parking lot as Safeway, like one of them strip malls.
Okay.
So you have to go in off a main road to turn in, and they have a single line that's wrapped two directions trying to go in. It's dog. And then they have a light right there. If you come and leaving like the Sam's Club that's on the other side of the street and trying to cross over to the other shopping plaza, like sometimes it's tough to do. So like one thing they got it right. Like if you look at them, you be like, nah, I ain't going over there. It's just too busy. Like they always busy.
Of course.
Always. Like the one over there near my job it's busy, but the way the building is structured, like the line doesn't be that long because there's nothing intertwining. Like the one that I'm talking about, like the line wraps around like 2 times. The people that's leaving, they actually need the traffic dude to hey stop traffic, let this person go. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
Unfortunately, the two closest ones to us, neither one of them have a drive-through.
wow,
Neither
I
one of
never
them.
seen that before.
Yeah, one of them's in like a strip mall, and
Okay.
the other one's in like a strip mall, but it's over in like Crystal City. Like neither one of them I can just drive around and pull up to and just be like, all right, I want a sandwich. No, you got to get out and go in, and there's weird parking over in Crystal City. I'm like, this is terrible.
Yeah. I'm surprised that they wouldn't have one that's I mean, but Chick-fil-A, they have that persona like they don't care. It's their way.
Of
They
course.
don't care what you think, it works for us. So
Well, you can do that when you ain't public.
right.
We do what we want around here. We closed on Sundays. Deal with it.
Right. And that's what the people do. They right back there on Monday morning.
I guess. I think that's how they drum up business right there. They be closed on Sunday. People be wanting it on Sunday, and they be fiending for it on Monday morning. Let me just get a chicken biscuit.
Right.
Hey, man. I mean, they got the world going crazy over chicken sandwiches. Like, everybody's trying to make their sandwich. McDonald's, Popeyes, everybody's making that sandwich. Yeah, I appreciate your silence on that one.
I'm like, we ain't about to go down this road again. We did it.
I'm not talking about
summer.
I'm not talking about who's better.
We did this last summer, my guy.
I'm not talking about who's better. I'm just talking about a chicken.
You already know how you can
look, man.
Twist words.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not going there. I'm just saying it's a chicken sandwich with pickles on it. That's as everybody's making right now. McDonald's. I'm surprised Burger King ain't came out with one yet. Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, Lee's had one. I'm like, does everybody need a chicken sandwich with pickles on it and nothing else? Popeyes only one threw mayonnaise or a sauce on it.
But I think they set the chicken sandwich on fire, though.
Of course they did. They got celebrities showing it off in the commercials.
Yeah, they set it off on fire, though. They the one that had it, like, just ridiculous jumping.
I mean, when you think chicken, who else do you think of? It sure ain't KFC. So Popeyes has the standard.
Dude, like I haven't had KFC. I did when I was in Atlanta. They had the little KFC buffet. So over there near where I was at. But that's like probably the one time since being gone from Detroit.
All right. So a couple questions before we get out of here.
All righty.
What's a food that you don't eat that everybody else seems to eat?
Man, fish and peas.
Sounds familiar.
Fish and peas. Like peas, like I will not eat. Like I don't care what's it. If it's in something, a soup, won't do it.
Dang.
Can't do it.
I'm not eating that.
Like for real talk. Like I've done put some stuff. Hey, can you try this? Man, what's that green thing right there? Oh, that's this pea. Hey, try this for him. And then fish, like you already know the story on the fish. Can't do it. Even though like sometimes when I be cooking fish, it smell good. I just be like, I wonder what that tastes like.
Because you have an allergy, right?
Yeah, allergic to fish.
Oh, okay.
Like you eat shellfish. But peas, I tell people that I'm allergic to it just so they won't bring it to me.
You one of them people.
Yeah, I'm allergic. They be like, shut, no, you're not. I am. We're going to leave it like that. I'm allergic to peas.
Right.
Don't bring no peas over here. Not in no pot pie, not in no soup.
Ah, man. I like all that. Yeah. For y'all that didn't catch that, by the way, he is an executive chef. So it's not just you. Don't think it's just you. Chefs be picky too. I think everyone I've had has some kind of preference. One of my last couple was like, yeah, I ain't eating onions. I was like, onions?
Yeah. Yeah, I've done checked I listen pretty much like every week. I might not catch it on the Wednesday. It might be on the Thursday, but I always catch it. And then some of the stuff like onions, like you got a lot of healthy people on your show, man. Like I think I'm probably like the only unhealthy cat that you have on the show. I'm like, what?
Look,
You
man.
don't like
Look,
really?
it's not about not liking. Sometimes it's we're all trying to be better. So it's a lot of family, and we, like I said, we have a challenge in our family every year. And since you
Mhm.
probably know me, we've been doing this challenge of
Yeah,
eating
I
better.
flunk, I fail. Yeah,
It's not,
last place for me all the time.
but it's not a competition though.
Yeah, for
It's
me, I need my own. I'm eating that. For real, for real.
Yeah, we're just trying to be better, man. We ain't trying to be better than any particular person, just trying to be better. So don't be trying to take this stuff personal. Look,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can
I'm happy eating my swine and all that stuff.
it's okay, man. We don't discourage anybody from eating something that's not challenge friendly. We all have our weak points where we need dessert or pork or whatever it is. Don't feel like we're judging you because we ain't all on it. Trust me, I
Yeah, if you have peas on there and fish, hey, yeah, I can do that competition.
again, it's not a
Or
look, man.
well, you know what I'm saying, Marcus. Man, I come from Detroit public schools, man. Give me a little break, man. You know, sometimes my mind don't be right, my brother.
That's a terrible interpretation of Detroit public schools.
Hey, it's like that.
Terrible.
It's like that.
Terrible. All right. I think I got one more. Oh, what's the last food? What's the last new food you tried?
Last new food. I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't really try a lot of new foods. I'm a very simple guy. Like for me, for one, I don't like really cooking outside of work. So when I come home, I'm like, Wendy's right around the corner. I got stocking up. Hey, let me go over there. So I'm more of a order out type of guy, you know. So experimenting if it's not at work, I'm not doing it when I'm at home. So the last thing I probably experimented with, um, I did some pearls.
Okay.
I think I showed you some of the pearls what I was doing. I won't say it's food, you know, but I used it as a garnish. So I took like some margarita mix and turned them into pearls for a garnish that I was using.
Mm-hmm.
And so that aspect, you know, just different techniques. I experiment with different techniques a little bit more than food, if
Okay.
that makes sense.
I get it. You on that level. It's hard to find something, even though we obviously haven't tried everything. Once you
Right.
get in the industry, it's you had most of the stuff in some capacity at some point.
Yeah. It's like that question we always get, and it's probably like the worst question. What's the favorite food you like to cook?
Oh my god.
Like, I mean, I just seen the post on that the other day. It was like a chef's worst question being asked. Like, we get it all the time. So,
Yeah, I'm like, it depends on what day it is. Like, just stop asking me.
right,
I mean, between that and what's your specialty? Jeez.
right. Yeah, S- same concept.
Yeah.
So, for all y'all, when y'all go out to the restaurant, the chef really get annoyed with those questions because he hear it or she hear it all the time,
Mm-hmm.
every single day. Someone is asking the same question. What's your favorite food? What you like to cook?
All right. I think we're gonna wrap it up from there. Appreciate you. Chef Mike coming on the show. Chef
I appreciate you, brother.
Chef my boy. Uh he also owns a fragrance company. If you want to tell the people about Intimate Aromas real quick.
Yes, man. Intimate Aromas is my company. I pretty much have designer and niche fragrances. Uh, and I also have my own fragrance line that I release. It should be coming out pretty soon. I'm just finishing the formulation on there and the keeping the same feel of the name of the brand. The first fragrance, it's a unisex fragrance and it's called Cuddle. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah. You want to tell them your social medias and website and stuff?
You can find all the fragrance that I have at intimatearomas.com. That's aromas with the S.com. And you can find me on IG, Facebook at The Real Intimate Aromas.
All right. So thank you everybody who's listened to another show. Check us out on social media, YFLF Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Check out the website, yourfoodlooksfunny.com for all our latest episodes. Donate to the show while you're on there. There's a button I put on there now. It makes it really easy. It says support us. It floats on every page. So if you can't find it, you weren't looking. So don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Another good episode. I love having people on here. Get a good laugh out of it. That's what we're here for. We're here to be funny. So see you guys next week. And yeah, have a good week. Roll it out.